Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Emerald Mystery Radio. I'm Sky, and if you don't know, this is a channel that lets others know they're not alone. When dealing with life struggles, day-to-day struggles, mental health struggles, all types of struggles, you're not alone. So today I really want to talk about why it is important to stay focused and determined when it comes to our goals, our dreams, our hopes, our wishes, to stay focused no matter what is being thrown at you. And I know that when we start a new journey, when we start a new path, it can be very, very difficult at first. But when you make the first thought, this is what I want to do, I want to become this, I want to do this, that's easy. That's the easy part. But as you start to progress little by little, you can find, okay, I'm getting further away from the easy part and more into the challenging part. It can get a little difficult before it becomes easy again. In that phase, it is so important to remember what we wanted, what we started for. You know, our hopes, our dreams, our desires, what put us on this path in the first place. Something that I've recently dealt with starting a new journey, something that I've been facing a lot because I'm in the process of the difficult. I did the easy part. I already figured out what it is that I wanted to do. I've already kind of set the plan down in itself. Now putting it into action, as I'm putting it into action and the days are going by, I'm like, man, okay, what am I going to do now? This part wasn't a part of my plan. So now I don't know what to do. When I got to that part of my journey, it was very emotional. It was a lot to deal with at one time because I had so much emotion with wanting to do it and just pushing and seeing myself to the end goal already. I wanted it to come faster than natural, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sense explaining this, but I knew that it was going to be challenging, but I didn't want to deal with the challenging part for that long. And when that happened, I started to find myself drifting further and further away from my goal, my dream. Sometimes when we're in that challenging emotional part of our destiny, it can be like this huge storm that's just swooping in. You have emotions, you have all of these feelings, and in that storm, everything can be so loud. Everything can be so loud. Like, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right. Oh, you're doing this, but you're not moving fast enough. You could be moving faster. And we have to be very careful when those thoughts start to creep in, because like I said in the beginning, it can be so easy to get lost in that storm. But I remember the light of everything, which was my goal from the start. That's honestly what helped me get out of that storm. Now, I'm still in the challenging part of my journey, but I know how to handle those emotional moments, those chaotic moments, those moments where I feel like I'm doing this, but I'm not doing enough. I know how to pull myself out of those storms. And then I also know the signs where, okay, I'm starting to get distracted. I'm starting to get pulled away from what I want to do. My voice, I'm starting to get pulled away from it. Let me center myself and pull myself back in. It is so important to stay determined and to stay focused. And those distractions can be anything of glitz and glam and the beauty of things off to the side. You go to those beautiful things, those shiny things, and you can stay in that area for years. But the most important thing, which is at the end, yeah, it's still going to be waiting there, but look at all the time that's passing because you decided to put your dreams on the back end or the back burner, or however you want to call it, out of sight, out of mind. You're wasting years, you're wasting months, you're wasting time. And all of our dreams, all of our wants, all of our desires, they are possible. They are achievable. And that's also something I had to keep reminding myself. When I started my journey, I was like, okay, yes, I put things together. Yes, I managed to organize stuff and set up a plan. But when things don't go according to plan, don't give up. There's always going to be screws in the road. You can have the blueprint, but you have to be ready for anything too. But when that anything happens, just remind yourself of what you want, your dreams, your desires, and don't have them silenced by anyone. That this could be a spouse, husband, wife, co-worker, whatever, friend. Do not let your dreams be silenced by anyone. If what you want and what you're going for, if people around you are not supporting you, that can also be a distraction, because we listen to them. It registers in our head what they're saying. We feel emotion from what they're saying. And if those emotions are not benefiting you or causing you to feel positive or happy, then that is a distraction from your goal. And that is something that doesn't really need to be there. You don't need to be hearing the words of defeat or negativity. If you're pushing yourself, that in itself is amazing. You're setting forth goals and plans for yourself. Like, that is something that is so beautiful. Pat yourself on the back for that. I don't even think we as people give ourselves enough credit for even having the motivation or wanting to start something, because that's a whole different journey within itself. It's scary. It can be scary. It can be like, oh my gosh, I'm about to jump, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Am I gonna, I don't know what is about to happen to me. I'm just gonna take this chance and go with the flow, basically, of whatever happens. And that can be something that is so scary. But congratulations to us for wanting to take the initiative to try something new, to try something different, to open our world, to open our mind, to not limit ourselves, and to realize that anything I want is achievable. Anything I want to do for my future is achievable. Getting distracted in this life can be so easy, but don't get so distracted to the point where you lose yourself. Your dreams are important, just like you are important. And hopefully you are surrounding yourself by people who agree with that, and see you just as important as you're seeing yourself. And if you don't see yourself as important, like I didn't see myself as important a few years ago. I didn't see my dreams as something that was achievable. I didn't see myself as an important person. But I progressed. I tried day after day after day, and things slowly started to get better. I slowly started to see things in a different way. And even if you have to tell yourself things that you're not so confident in at the beginning, the goal is to slowly start to believe those things. Like, I can do this. Everything is already done. Everything is already completed. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. Things will work itself out. You tell yourself those things, those positive things, those positive messages. Even if you have to put sticky notes around your house or around your area, just to remind yourself, to jolt yourself back from being lost. Because like I said, I have had those moments. I've had those times where I was completely lost in a funk, in a depression, and anxiety and stress, and everything just got too much. And then I would remind myself and see those little things around me, and it would slowly, and I'm not saying that this is something that's quick, it slowly started to bring me back into what I wanted to be, into my goals, and remind myself, like, okay, you're not just this thing that's just floating around or walking around on this planet. You're somebody, you're someone, you're important. What you want matters, and different things like that. So it is so important. It is so important to not lose sight of yourself and your journey. And even if you do, that's okay. Even if you do lose sight of it, or if you do get distracted, that's okay. Just try to remind yourself that you need to come back. You need to center yourself back to where you want to be. Yes, so I hope this video made sense. This was just weighing on my head, because I've just recently dealt with that, of being distracted over things to the side that didn't even matter. And as I'm being angry or emotional about this thing, I'm wasting time. I'm literally wasting my time and giving my energy into something that is not even deserving of it, and all of that energy could have been put into my path, into my goal, into my dreams. So yeah, if you can relate to this, any part of this, like I said, you are not alone, and everything that you want and desire is still achievable. Just make your way, make your walk back to your path, make your journey back to your path, even if it's a run, if it's a sprint, if it's a jog, if it's a walk, however you want to call it. Make it back to your path, your destiny, and your goal. And yeah, until next time, everyone, stay natural. You got this.